Paul Volcker was the chair of the Federal Reserve, and he was nominated by Jimmy Carter. And this is why a lot of people place the beginning of neoliberalism with Jimmy Carter, because Paul Volcker came in, and this is a direct quote from Paul Volcker. He says, "The standard of living of the average American has to decline," which is a pretty stunning thing for someone in politics to say, right? The standard of living of the average American has to decline. His theory of growth was that we have to provide more for the corporate sector, and there's a lack of profitability for corporations. And so we have to take on union power and all the rest of these things that allow the average American to have a higher standard of living. And that's what happened. From Jimmy Carter onward. Obama was asked once, what kind of economic advisors are you going to surround yourself with? And he said, well, I'm going to surround myself with people like Paul Volcker, which was a message to all of the right people, right? Like all of the powerful people, that was the kind of economic policy he was going to follow. It's not as if Obama came out, because Obama's a politician. Obama wasn't going to come out and say, I agree with the guy who says the standard of living of the average American has to decline, right? But by saying that, he is saying that was the kind of economics he was going to implement. And that's the economics that is still being implemented to this day. And it's the neoliberal consensus that people like Nancy Pelosi believe in and that most Democrats believe in. But that is the problem, essentially, is that you've got people like Pete Peterson and Paul Volcker, and that is the ideology that is informing our politicians. And so I would argue we have to fundamentally move away from this neoliberal era. We can move, back to a Keynesian era, and then we fundamentally need to move beyond capitalism, and we need to be seizing the means of production.